Hey guys, welcome back to Talks with Tish. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Russia and Ukraine situation, and I'll probably do more videos on it as, the days go on, as things progress. Now, I'm not a international affairs expert. I don't know everything. But what I can tell you is that this is actually very serious. It is going to affect the U.S. and the rest of the world, particularly when it comes to our gas prices and our energy. We get a lot of, I think, fossil fuel from Russia. They're a big supplier of that. So this is going to hit us pretty hard. I know there are other countries along with the U.S. putting in some sanctions against Russia. Sanctions are, from how it was explained to me in general, like some form of a heavy tax type of situation. But they're putting things in place with Russia financially to have them become bankrupt, essentially, if they keep going. To have them at the economic level of some Middle Eastern countries, such as Iraq and Iran, things like that. Sanctions are financial penalties. I just looked it up, just so I can be clear. And usually sanctions get done when there is a political, military, or social issue. Another country will put a sanction on that country, right? So this thing with Russia is big. As far as I'm concerned, Putin is wanting to go back to having a USSR. There was a video I saw on TikTok of the chief spy of Russia, and he kind of said some things that I don't think Putin wanted to talk about, and he didn't want to be revealed about their next steps, which is to take over something else or to unify and dominate another area. So this is a plan. This is a strategy. There is an agenda behind this. Putin has always been seen as a very intimidating kind of dictator who's kind of ruthless. He doesn't really have any empathy or sympathy towards other people. He's kind of just about making Russia powerful. And since Putin has been in charge, Russia has actually gotten just a little bit better. He's made some positive changes, but overall not very much. So this is a serious deal, and it's all new. It's very strategic, though, that Putin wanted to only start this once Joe Biden got into office. He knew it was Trump. It wasn't going to fly because Trump would have really nipped this whole thing in the bud, and he would have really did the most to prevent this invasion. However, Joe Biden is not doing it. Biden is not really doing much of anything. If you watched his address on the issue earlier today, which is February 24th, he had really not much to say, except, how horrible this is and that they're doing sanctions and Putin is crazy. Versus if we had a Republican president, things would have been a lot different. So let's just keep watching this. Let's keep our eyes and our ears open. I don't know much about Russia. I don't know much about international affairs and foreign policy in general. But I do know that we get a lot of important resources from Russia. I think they're the main supplier of fossil fuels, like I said earlier. So them going to war and not wanting anyone to interfere, I think, is something that we should take very seriously. I know they have a lot of nuclear power as well. And they're also going to initiate cyber attacks on anyone who interferes, specifically the U.S., if the U.S. chooses to do more to interfere. So this is a pretty big deal. I mean, a lot of people thought that nothing was really going to happen and that he was just all talk, but this is a big deal. So which side are you guys on? Are you guys on Team USA, Team Ukraine, or are you guys on Team Russia? I've spoken to a few Russian people before, and they have told me that Ukrainians are kind of like the bottom feeding, quote unquote, people of the Slavic group. From how it was explained to me, maybe it was just a particular person that was telling me this, but they have told me that Ukrainians are not very much noble group of people in terms of how they live and how they conduct themselves. And they can be easily conquered and controlled if a nation that is powerful wants to do so. And I think that's just what we're seeing. So I don't really have any thoughts on which side I'm on, to be honest, because this is just mind-blowing to me that this is even happening. I haven't even taken the time to really research the history and the real legitimate reasons behind why having control over Ukraine is going to be beneficial to Putin and to Russia. But what I do know is that they want to be back to USSR days. So, we're just going to keep watching. I'm going to keep listening to other commentaries and watching the news. And I will make sure to keep you guys updated on what goes on in terms of what I think. But I've been watching the news a lot. There's live footage of what's happening that's being played 24/7. So we'll see. But until next time, guys, make sure to like this video, comment down below what you think about what's going on, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will talk to you guys later.